for our next news special report.
Tonight we delve into a story that's almost too unbelievable to be true, yet it's unfolding right before our eyes. Imagine a saga so profound that it challenges the very fabric of our understanding of the universe. What if I told you that the U.S. government for decades has been concealing the truth about unidentified flying objects, objects so advanced they defy the laws of known physics and are confirmed not to be of human origin? Well, tonight, on this special report, we unravel this tangled web of secrecy, lies, and possibly the greatest cover-up in our nation's history. And stay with us until the end because you don't want to miss the final thought, a revelation so significant it might just change the way you see our republic and the world forever. Now, let's expose the truth together. But first, a quick note from our side. You know how we bring you the top-notch unfiltered news every day? Well, that is made possible by our incredible sponsors. In the same way we're searching for transparency and truth about UFOs, many of you are on a quest for the ultimate anti-aging solution. Well, we've got something that might just be as close as it gets to a miracle in that realm. It's a special type of collagen, remarkably more effective at maintaining skin elasticity and reducing signs of aging than what you typically would find. And thousands have experienced its benefits. So grab this opportunity for 53% off plus free bonuses at healthwithgary.com before it's too late. Now, in what can only be described as a groundbreaking episode on X, Tucker Carlson, a bastion of conservative commentary, took on a topic that's been shrouded in mystery and skepticism for decades: UFOs. Not just unidentified flying objects, but as he boldly claims, craft not of human origin. And Carlson's relentless pursuit of the truth in the face of a government that appears to be mired in secrecy has opened a Pandora's box of questions and theories. Carlson, now airing his show on the platform X after his abrupt departure from Fox News, hasn't lost his edge. In his latest episode, he was joined by Congressman Tim Burchett, a leading advocate for UFO disclosure in Congress. They discussed the UAP, or Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Disclosure Act of 2023, a legislation mandating the U.S. government to come clean about the UFO sightings recorded over the past 3 millennia. This act could be a transformative step towards unveiling what might be the biggest secret kept from the American public. Now, Carlson opened the show with a hard-hitting statement. He said, whatever they are not of human origin. This statement sets the stage for a deep dive into a realm that challenges our understandings of technology and physics. He pointed out that the U.S. government has physical evidence of the existence of these UFOs, including wreckage and possibly remains of the beings that piloted them. This revelation, based on the testimony of whistleblowers like Luis Elizondo and David Grush, raises more questions than answers. But the real drama lies in the cover-up, and according to Carlson, there's a coordinated effort by the federal government to hide this information, a campaign that spans over 80 years. The question is why? In a world where the government seems adept at stirring public fear on various fronts, the secrecy surrounding UFOs appears counterintuitive. Carlson speculates that the cover-up is more than just keeping the public in the dark. It's about concealing a crime. Watch.
Earlier this year, Congress passed something called the UAP Disclosure Act of 2023. The law requires the U.S. government to tell the public what it knows about the countless unidentified flying objects that have been spotted in the skies above Earth over the past 3,000 years. It's designed to be, and it very well could be, a transformative piece of legislation. And it comes at a time when we can finally say with confidence that the most unlikely sounding theories about UFOs are actually true. Yes, these things are real. They're not all weather balloons. They're not experimental aircraft from this or any other country. Whatever they are not of human origin, nor do they behave according to the laws of known physics. And yes, the U.S. government currently has physical evidence that they exist. That means wreckage of the craft as well as the bodies of the beings that flew them. Amazingly, all of this is true. We know that from the detailed testimony, much of it under oath, from several high-level whistleblowers, including longtime intel officers Lou Elizondo and Dave Grush, both of whom we've talked to. But there have been many, about 10 so far. So the question is, now that the UAP Disclosure Act has passed, when can the rest of us see the information that we paid for and in fact own? Well, not so fast, it turns out. One of the great secrets of Washington, known to everyone inside Washington, is that many of the most powerful members of Congress do not work for their constituents, much less for the rest of us, for the country at large. They are instead puppets of the most secretive federal agencies. They are controlled effectively by the permanent bureaucracy, including through bribery and blackmail. Two such members happen to be especially powerful this term. They are Congressman Mike Rogers of Alabama, who is the chairman of the House Armed Services Committee, and Congressman Mike Turner of Ohio, who is chairman of the House Intel Committee. Both of these men have been instructed to violate, in letter and in spirit, federal law, and to hide the truth about UFOs from the American public. They're working to do that right now. It is infuriating to watch this. But if you think about it for a second, it's also baffling. Why is this happening? Federal agencies have been lying about UFOs for more than 80 years. This has been a coordinated effort. It is both highly time-consuming and very expensive. Many Americans have been hurt in the process. But why? What's the point of this? Wouldn't it be a lot easier just to release the facts? Now, the conventional explanation for why they haven't been released is that the U.S. government is lying about UFOs because the truth about UFOs is too scary to reveal, that they're real, and our leaders wouldn't want to panic the population. But that's not true. In fact, it's ridiculous. Wouldn't want to terrify the population? Terrifying the population is what our government does best and most avidly. Officials regularly gin up irrational fears about white supremacy or Vladimir Putin or a dozen other topics as part of a pretty obvious control strategy. It's not like these people mind scaring you. They want to scare you, and they do it every day. So why would they lie about UFOs? Well, because they're covering up a crime, obviously, and it's their crime. Someday we'll discover what that crime is. But in the meantime, here are a few questions that honest lawmakers ought to be asking. Have government agencies used tax dollars to procure advanced non-human technology? If they have, where exactly is that technology now? Has it been used for profit? How exactly has the American public benefited from that technology? And then this question, the most pressing of all. Has the U.S. government communicated directly with the beings that piloted these craft? Have American officials ever entered into any sort of agreement with them? And if so, what are the terms of that agreement? These are not random questions. They are informed questions. And at this point, Americans have a moral right to know the answers.
Wow. Now, Carlson's guest, Congressman Burchett, added fuel to the fire. In a clip from News Nation, Burchett highlighted the influence of the intelligence community and defense contractors in stonewalling the truth about UFOs. He alluded to the significant technological advancements that could be derived from alien technology, advancements that could possibly and potentially disrupt the status quo of global power structures, particularly those surrounding the military-industrial complex. Watch.
And I was told by leadership that it was blocked by the intelligence community, not the intelligence committee, but the intelligence community. And that is a very chilling effect. If someone can reach through the veil of government and pierce it to the point of we do not have access to something, you got to start asking yourself who the hell's in control. And I think it'd be wise for you all to start looking at some financial disclosures of some of those corporations, some of the people who do the stonewalling in this town. I want you to think about this. Think about this, that something with the capabilities of traveling light years, not showing a heat signature, and the energy capabilities of that would put the Pentagon out of business. We wouldn't be fighting these worthless wars overseas over oil, and American boys and girls wouldn't be dying. It would put the war pigs out of business, and they'd have to go somewhere else, and I'm all for that.
Burchett's revelation about the Pentagon's financial opacity and their failure of the audits further underscores the lack of transparency and accountability within these government agencies. Quote, our Pentagon just recently failed their 6th audit in a row. They publicly disclosed that over half their assets are unaccounted for. That's what he said. This lack of financial transparency ties back to the potential for advanced extraterrestrial technology in the government's possession and the profound implications it could have on global geopolitics. Watch.
Our Pentagon just recently failed their 6th audit in a row. They publicly disclosed that over half their assets are unaccounted for, and yet there's cost overruns, and we keep rewarding them with more.
So obviously, if they were in possession of some of this material or a craft or what have you, the reverse engineering possibilities would be unlimited. And they don't want to, you know, they can control the ebbs and flows of technology, and they're on the cutting edge of it, and they don't want us out of war because and imagine too, as I've stated before, if you had this energy source that didn't show a heat trail that could heat our homes, cool our homes in the summer, heat our homes in the winter, I mean, the Pentagon will be out of business.
In a stark revelation, he opened up about the personal risk he faces for challenging the status quo. He shared a disturbing account of being warned to increase his personal security following his outspoken stance on the issue. This personal anecdote from a sitting congressman paints a chilling picture of the lengths to which entities within the government will go to maintain this veil of secrecy. The implications of these revelations are profound. If the U.S. government is indeed in possession of non-human technology, as suggested by both Carlson and Burchett, what does this mean for the average American? How has this technology been used, and more importantly, who's benefited from it? These are the questions that need answers. And the secrecy surrounding UFOs is not just a matter of national security, it's a matter of public trust. When elected officials and government agencies engage in such extensive cover-ups, it undermines the very foundations of our republic. It's a betrayal of the American people who have a right to know what their government is doing, especially when it concerns phenomena that could radically alter our understanding of the world. The UFO phenomenon is more than just a curiosity, it's a window into the inner workings of our government. It's a testament to the power of unelected bureaucrats and the defense contractors who operate in the shadows, influencing policies and decisions that affect us all. This is not a democracy as we know it. This is a shadow government operating beyond the reach of accountability and transparency. And Carlson's call to action is clear. It's time for the American people to demand answers. The UAP Disclosure Act of 2023 is a start, but it's not enough. We need a concerted effort to push for transparency and to hold those in power accountable. This is not just about UFOs. It's about the integrity of our government and the principles upon which our nation was founded. As we conclude this report, it's crucial to remember the importance of staying informed and vigilant. In a world where truth is often stranger than fiction, it's our duty as citizens to seek out and demand the truth and demand transparency. We cannot allow ourselves to be placated by half-truths and government spin. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. It's not just about supporting our channel, it's about joining a movement for transparency and truth. Now, in conclusion, the story matters immensely to the American people. It's not just about the existence of UFOs or the potential of non-human technology. This is about the very essence of our republic. It's about government accountability, transparency, and the right of the people to know what their government is doing. The implications of what Tucker Carlson and Congressman Tim Burchett have brought to light are staggering. If true, we're not only dealing with technology that defies our understanding, but also a level of government deceit that challenges the trust we place in our institution. This story is a wake-up call. It's a reminder that as citizens of a republic, it's our duty to question, to seek the truth, and to hold those in power accountable. We must demand transparency and honesty from our government, for in the shadows of secrecy, democracy falters. Let's stand together in this quest for truth, for the sake of our nation's future.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.